Body count rises after a mysterious fire in Colbert. Well, major crimes detectives are investigating the deaths of 3 people discovered at the scene of that suspicious fire. The first calls coming in just after 2 this morning. Crews responding to a home in the 100 block of East Chattaroy Road in Colbert. And that's where KXLY4 Chef Humphrey working for you tonight. He is live at the scene. And Jeff, detectives treating this fire as a homicide investigation.
And Nadine, that's because this fire was suspicious from the time that firefighters arrived on scene. When they got here, they found 2 separate structures on fire, including a barn. And now those major crimes detectives want to know if these 3 victims suffered any injuries other than smoke inhalation. A distant neighbor spotted the flames and reported the blaze as a possible illegal burn. A man who lives just across the street, though, his name is Mike, he knew that someone's house was on fire and tried to get them out.
He said about 1:45, he heard popping noises, looked out, saw the fire, got over there, the barn was in flame, and the house had started on fire.
Mike did his best to rouse the residents, even trying to kick down the door, but the victims were not located until well after fire crews arrived.
They ended up finding 2 as the fire progressed, so yeah, there was 2 found.
In the house or in the barn?
That I don't know if I can release where they were found. That's part of the investigation, I believe, so.
From our vantage point, we could see a female victim in the backyard and don't know if she was carried to that spot by firefighters. Then about 1 o'clock this afternoon, the discovery of a 3rd victim.
Unfortunately, the detectives found a 3rd deceased person at the scene.
Once the fires cooled, Spokane's medical examiner arrived on scene and began inspecting the victims' remains. Were all 3 of these people unable to escape the burning buildings and die of smoke inhalation, or was it something else?
Our major crimes unit is here, and we will be working with fire investigators to determine what happened during this and if there was anything criminal.
And so now, Nadine, the sheriff's office is waiting for the medical examiner's office to release the names of these 3 victims. Detectives late this afternoon, they've been using a laser to map out this entire scene. It maps the evidence that they have found. We just don't know what that evidence is yet.
So, Jeff, during the autopsies now, what will the medical examiner be looking for?
I think far and away the most telling finding will be whether or not these victims showed signs that they had inhaled smoke. If so, there's going to be soot inside their nostrils as well as their lungs. And if there isn't that smoke in their lungs, Nadine, that means that these victims were likely dead before this fire was even started. Reporting live in Colbert, Jeff Humphrey, KXLY4.